At the beginning of this chapter, we saw the geometric series, which was the sum of the x to the n's, can be written in the form 1 over 1 minus x. So now the idea is to go backwards and go from something like 1 over 1 minus x to a series. So, for example, express 1 over 1 plus x squared as the sum of a power series and find the interval of convergence. What we'd like to do is we'd like to take our 1 over 1 plus x squared and make it look more like 1 over 1 minus x. So to do that, we can just rewrite it in the form 1 minus negative x squared. So now you can think of our x as a negative x squared. So this becomes the sum from 0 to infinity of x, in this case our x is negative x squared, to the n. And if you prefer to write it in the following form, negative 1 to the n times x to the 2n. And now we've written a function in terms of a power series. We can also find the interval of convergence. If we want, we could use the ratio test, but that's a lot of work. It's less work to just think about the fact that this is a geometric series, and we know that the R of a geometric series has to be between negative 1 and 1 exclusive. So in this case, our R is a negative x squared is our little r. So we need the absolute value of this to be less than 1. So that means we have from negative 1 x squared to 1. And the values we can use go from negative 1 to 1. Notice here that negative 1 squared, the opposite of negative 1 squared is just positive 1 when you take the absolute value there. Find a power series representation for 1 over x plus 2. So we'll start with 1 over x plus 2 and try to write it like our geometric series 1 over 2 minus negative x. But I don't really want this 2 here, so let's factor out this 2. In order to do that, we need to have 2's here in front of the x's as well. So how about we do this? How about we take a 2 over 2. So now we have 1 over 2 times 1 minus parentheses negative x over 2. From here, we can go to our sum. This is 1/2 the sum of negative x over 2 squared. The 1/2 here comes from that 2 there. The x is our x. And then to find the radius of convergence, we need that stuff to be less than 1. So from negative 1 to 1, or from negative 2 to 2. So that's our radius of convergence is 2, and the interval of convergence is from -2 to 2.